The Australian runner in stall 2 for Jamie Spencer and the Freedmans. And we're all set for the Platinum Jubilee Stakes. And they're off and racing over the straight 6 furlongs. Highfield Princess broke well over on the far side. Emirati Anna is up there early, and Campanella moves into that far side group. Home Affairs coming right down the centre in the noseband. And on the right-hand side, Naval Crown in the white cap with Gustavus Western. So far side, Campanella leads Emirati Anna. Highfield Princess, Minzal's over there with Run to Freedom, Double or Bubble. Alcohol Free. Meanwhile, Home Affairs leads Naval Crown, Dragon Symbol down the near side. Royal Runner King's Lynn's in the right-hand group with Garrus at the back of it, Great Ambassador. And also towards the back of it at this stage is Vadream and a Case of You. Over on the far side, Emirati Anna leads there from Campanella. Artorius is being pushed along right at the back of that group. Highfield Princess, Kinross, Grenadier Guards, the Japanese runner, is staking his claim as well. Down the centre, Home Affairs. Far side, Highfield Princess, Emirati Anna, Double or Bubble, and Grenadier Guards for Japan. Creative Force is beginning a challenge as well. Naval Crown on the near side. Home Affairs is done. Artorius is making late ground. Campanella, Highfield Princess, Double or Bubble, Happy Romance, Naval Crown, right under the near side rail. Creative Force, the far side. Naval Crown, Campanella, and over on the far side, Creative Force. They go for the line. It is close. Naval Crown, and over on the far side, Creative Force, the 1-2 from the Jersey last year. A 1-2 in the Platinum Jubilee, but which way round? Third place, probably Campanella ahead of the running on. Artorius, Naval Crown on the near side, Creative Force on the far side. Naval Crown, I think, is just going to get his revenge here. Naval Crown right under the rail for James Doyle, and Charlie Appleby has won by about a head. Creative Force, Artorius and Campanella very close indeed for third or fourth. Naval Crown sported the first colours when he was beaten in the Jersey 12 months ago by Creative Force. He has the white cap this time around, but he is the one who I think will be announced the winner of the Platinum Jubilee.
In a thriller, an all-British and all-blue finish, Naval Crown under James Doyle, who won this race for Charlie Appleby in 2019 on Blue Point. Jason, looks like he's got there up the rail.
Yeah, he's won down this side, hasn't he? Naval Crown, James Doyle, we were talking about you couldn't win over here all week.
First, number 17.
But he has won down the stand side rail, towed along by the Aussie Speedster in the early stages. Then it looked like the centre were in front. 1-2, both by the Super Sire Dubawi, of course, and, well, the Godolphin boys jumped straight back in after a hefty defeat in the Hardwick.
I think it's pretty amazing that Naval Crown has never even won over 6 furlongs before. In fact, he's only ever tried 6 furlongs once. That was in the Alcor Sprint in Meydan when he finished 4th. So that's pretty impressive. Charlie has obviously managed to train that speed back into him, and also, once he hit the front, he was fairly lonely on this stand side. He didn't really have anyone to battle with. The others were all in a big bunch, centre to far side. So, look, that was obviously, it was a mad rush for the line, but James Doyle managed to nab that rail, and it's good to see for Ascot that we got one on the stand side to win this week.
Absolutely, and the Australian runner, just look at him in the noseband there. He's about 5-6 horses widths away. He just wilts away in the closing stages. I don't know what they're going to say. I mean, if you look with all of the paces and the fact that he's run on his own down this stand side, he's actually won his race by, I don't know, 4.5 lengths on his own. So that's a remarkable performance.
Look at the red and yellow colours towards the left, trying to get a run there. Artorius never really has to stop. Now he comes through, he's fast finishing. Campanella's run a big race, but this is a famous 1-2 for Charlie Appleby. And look at James Doyle on the right here. He'll look across at his great mate Will Buick and say, who's won it? In the end, it's you, James.
James, congratulations. Did you know you won when you hit the line?
Well, obviously I saw it was Creative Force and we were separated by the width of the track, so I'd hoped I did. It felt like I did, but I just wanted to make sure. So, look, lovely surprise. Obviously, I'd be lying if I said I expected him to win today, but we were certainly hopeful, dropping him back in trip. He seems to be pretty quick, and you know, he's red-hot favourite for the race in Saudi over the mile, and we had a bit of a sticky draw. And he virtually just ran off on me that day. So, you know, myself and Charlie had a chat and we said, why don't we try dropping him back? And he ran well in the Alquoz, and he's not short on speed. I mean, he's travelling up nicely behind Home Affairs there, and he saw it out well, so brilliant.
He's a bull of a horse as well, isn't he?
He's a tank, isn't he? He's not overly tall, but he's just your typical sprinter, isn't he? He's got...
What's he been doing running over further?
Well, Adam actually rode him in the Guineas. I think he finished 4th in the Guineas, to be fair. So he's always had a lot of quality, and I think we know what his ideal conditions are now. And you know, great that Charlie and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed have had a wonderful week so far. So it's nice to sort of get one for them.
After you crossed the line, did you shout over to William? Did you have any words with him?
No, I didn't. I didn't want to wind him up, but no, look, he's. I mean, last year it was the other way around, wasn't it? So Creative Force beat this fella. So they've trodden similar paths together.
What a season it's been so far, James. I mean, can you possibly believe the way it's gone, considering, obviously, you know, Will gets first picks, etc. But to have won the races you've done in the manner that you've done, it's been incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, any season you start off the season winning, you know, both Guineas, you kind of think, gosh, this, you know, you set your stall out a bit, so it's always going to be hard to follow up. But, you know, look, to get a winner at Royal Ascot, for my employers, for Charlie, for His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, it's just, you know, it's what it's all about. And I just said to Charlie, he said, "What's up? You look a bit angry." I said, "I'm running out of bullets." So look, yeah, just great to be a part of the team, and yeah, try and keep the season going as long as we can.
Well done, James. Brilliant.
And I'm with the man responsible for the 1-2 in this year's Platinum Jubilee. They've got a habit of finishing first and second this pair. Did you expect it today?
I'll be honest with you, on homework, Will rode and Salim, who rides Naval Crown, Will jumped up, and I'll give a lot of credit to Charlotte as well, who looks after Creative Force on riding with John. But Will rode a piece of work with him the other day, and he went, "Got to have a job to split them." He says they're both in great form. They were flying up those gallops. So coming in today, obviously draws, Creative was drawn out there in 1, and look, I was happy with obviously James's draw. He was close enough to the favourite, but we felt the ground would be quick enough for Creative. But they just are both tough horses, you know. 2 Dubawis as tough as teak, and you know, like I say, they've got a habit of finishing first and second. So great.
And just a word on Dubawi, who's flying, as we know, as a stallion, but he does produce really tough horses. He's turned out to be just the most brilliant side for you and the team.
No, for sure. I mean, look, you know, back from Dubai Millennium, you know, as His Highness has always had such a fond and heart for him, and to produce a sire like Dubai and what Dubawi's been doing, I'm just in a fortunate position to have these fellas coming through our doors.
Just finally, with Kariba's Native Trail, these horses, how would you sum up 2022 so far?
It's going well so far, but it's still got a bit to go, though.
Going well. Well done, Charlie.
Thanks, Ollie.
Down there.
So James Doyle had to wait. And I love that point of the stick down the camera. That might become a Doyle trademark. A 1-2 for Charlie Appleby. It sounds like it might be a dead heat for third. I know the Artorias syndicates are absolutely thrilled with the way their horse runs, so it sounds like a dead heat between Artorias for Australia and Campanelle for Wesley Ward. Let's see here. So Naval Crown wins, Creative Force second. Very close. Look at this for third. Artorias far side, Campanelle this side. That's a dead heat for third. Then it's going to be Sacred if you had the top 5 with your bookmaker in 5th. And Highfield Princess if you had